I mean, because, I mean, the world over,
Yes.
they all face this kind of issues.
Yes.
It was only recently, I think, in UK, where they were talking about accepting women in the front lines in battle. So that argument raged across the world in different countries and their military. But back here, what can you say about religious inhibitions? Because other than the cultural one, you also have some of these inhibitions. So how do you encourage women to deal with that kind of stereotype?
Okay, you see, for instance, in the Nigeria police force then, they pegged women to not exceed certain rank. Level 11, that was chief superintendent of police. You know, but the women fought it. They didn't carry battle guns and all that, but they did it. They voiced their resentment of why. This is discrimination. And why did you bring in this policy? They said, well, because you can't fight riot. You can put a machine gun because of your nature. And I said there's a Beretta pistol, there is a automatic pistol that you don't need to, you know, put it on your chest, you can just fire. And when I handled election in Bejuleke in Lagos, I got my guns. I got one Beretta, I got one pistol, you know, and we went into the hinterland there. I've never seen, you know, it was only with Range Rovers that we went to, you know. So these things, later on, the policy changed. And they said, well, the sky is your limit. We want to appeal to the woman to share the fact that you're a woman. You have to work hard and committed to whatever you're doing. You know, if you're giving a national task or assignment, don't midnight lamp, do it well, leave the rest to God and posterity. That was what I did when I came to EFCC against all odds, and those people, ab initio, who said she would not go to that office, made sure that they made my life hell. And when I passed the screening, Senate, they now said, and they told me to my face, we'll give you 3 months, 6 months in that office. And I said, you're not God. And it started immediately, spurious publications. The first one was a magazine, Anointed by Crooks. I was just passing in Abuja, and then there was my face on this magazine, Anointed by Crooks. And this was not true, you know, and I said, this is distraction. So I went to focus, to work for my fatherland. There are rare opportunities. When I retired, I went to Turkey with my husband as ambassador as well. I had to go to training, what do you call it, the school, finishing school. And in Nigeria, they trained us how to talk, how to eat, how to sit, how to walk as ambassadors. I left the police toga and then I went. And I did it 3.5 years. And I came back. I was not looking forward to any job, but it came. And I said, look, this is challenging. And every human being loves challenges. So I took my gauntlets. I went. If you say you did well, it was distraction. If you say you didn't do well, I knew what I wanted to achieve. And today I left records. They speak for themselves. I'm not bragging about it, but I told one woman that, look, if you're given a task and a job to do nationally, and if you're convinced beyond a reasonable doubt that you've done well, deep down inside you, you can blow your trumpet yourself. Nobody blows it for you in this country. People want to. They can even smash the trumpet on your head. Some people call it PhD, Paul him or her syndrome. People tend to look at negativity towards you, only themselves and their own. They are good, they are correct, they are hardworking. You know.
Okay, you know, there's no way we will have you on this program as the former chairman of the EFCC and not ask you how you will rate the fight against corruption currently.
How I rate it?
Yes.
Well, it's not in my place. To you guys should be able to see it. You know, it was like, look, when I was there, I was fought locally, I was fought nationally, I was fought internationally. Of course, I went to State Department and I saw some documents. They were, oh, look at what you did. oh, you took a governor on bail and all this. I didn't. Luckily, I had a bail bond, which an honorable member did, take that governor on bail. And I told them, as a lawyer, you don't discriminate. Whether it's a governor, even a murderer, you don't discriminate. But I didn't. Someone else did. And this is the bail bond. And it was so much that the continuous churning out of false information against my person that when they couldn't do it here, it went outside.
Do you think it was because you were a woman?
Partly. Partly. You know, see, as a woman, really, you're thinking, if I let my country down, if I let my family down, if I let my children down, how will I face them? What will people say? The women worry about even what friends will say. But, you know, so they are much more careful and much more strict. A lot of people don't want women in key positions.
So let's, Chamberlain, let's forecast now.
Yeah.
5 years from now, 10 years from now, what form of change or changes would you see in women in leadership position?
Yes, I can see it coming. I would like women to dare come out. Like now we have 2015 elections, we want women to vie for positions. But I tell you, they don't have sponsors, they don't have godfathers and godmothers, they don't have the money, but just come out. Do the bit that you can, you know. And I can foresee women becoming governors. It's difficult, but once you're a deputy governor, you can become a governor. I can see women becoming Senate president. And one day, look at what Montgomery did in America. I can never forget. What did she do? She didn't fight physically. She didn't go to the street. She simply exercised her fundamental human right to stay on a bus meant for only whites. And they said, get up. She said, I'm not going anywhere. I must sit there. And that started the racial thing that today, to my mind, with Martin Luther King brought in Obama. Rosa Parks, Montgomery. Yes. See what she did. Something simple, very simple. So you don't have to fold your arms and say, oh, somebody should start something. Assert yourself. And the men will look and say, oh, this woman, if given the opportunity, she'll do it. And I see them coming on board.
Was there any time, you know, where you thought that being a woman in any position will mean that you may not just have to work hard, but you may have to work 2 times harder?
3 times harder.
Oh, 3.
3 times harder. You work and work and work. And all these men that said we are the weaker sex, believe you me, the opposite is the case. They are the weaker ones. Men are weak and feeble, you know. What the woman can take, inbuilt shock observers that the women, especially Nigerian women, face, you know, we can chronicle them. I know, I'm talking from a position of authority, of even women coming to confide in me, or me handling cases pertaining to women where, you know, and I'm in a man's world, the police force, and some of them used to tell me that, oh, really, you women, honestly, is your God's gift. God really made, you know, that what we can't take, the woman can take it, you know. So you work so hard, you work really hard. When sometimes 2 nights I'm unable to sleep. I have a task, I have a case, and you know, everybody is looking for me. I just switch off my phone, I go to hide so that nobody interferes with me. Because at the end of the day, I will account for myself and posterity. So that was, it's really tough, but you have to. Once you face the challenge squarely, God's willing, the result is there.
All right, that's all. Hard to let it go. Thank you very much indeed for coming on today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chamberlain.
All right, so there you have it. We'll be speaking with the former chairman of the EFCC, Mrs. Farida Waziri. We'll have another perspective coming through on the program here today, so join us again.